This is Bob the Cigar Guy, Travelers Rest, South Carolina, and I got to tell you, I have waited 15 years to shoot this video. Before I know I was shooting videos, I waited 15 years to shoot this video, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. But we got to smoke something great, something phenomenal, something without compromise, because this video, although I did not do stellar every time, I did do it without compromise. So that Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Sin Compromiso without compromise is up, ready to go. And I got 4 words for you. I got 4 words to sum up today's story. 4, just 4. You ready for it? Here it comes. Gentlemen, start your engine. That's right. I tell you what, I had to back up off that because the intensity in me going into this microphone would have caused your ears to make the squeaky, squealy noise. And hopefully that worked on the audio, because I don't know, because I am excited. It's been a week and I haven't had a chance to shoot this video because I try to preload my videos and make sure that I got videos for you if I'm busy. So I'm just like, oh, I got to hurry up. I got to hurry up. Come on, Sunday, boy. I went to racecar school. I can now add. Hopefully my instructors are not watching this and leaving comments saying, well, Bob, you're better in the stance, which may be true, but I can add to my resume that I am a professional race car driver. That's right. Ha. What does it take to be a professional race car driver? Well, you need to have a race car. And I was in one. You need to be on a track or on a course for racing. I did that. It has to be a competition. 3 checked off at number 4 is you have to be paid to do it. And you know what? My job at the car mill has now evolved to the point to where I have to drive on high speed test tracks. That's right. It's cool. Yes, it is so cool. You get a special badge to go boop to get into the racetrack. You do. You do. And so now I had to take that class. And so I got to get with these 2 instructors who are amazing and phenomenal. And I got some news about that too. And so I got to go on the racetrack and learn how to be a race car driver. And I will tell you, it's been a whole week. And I have not gotten a speeding ticket. I haven't. And there is a road on the way to work when I'm at 4:30 in the morning. And with my newly trained skills of race car driving precision proficiency, there's a nice slow sweeping curve, 1.5 mile long curve, and that joker just calls to you. It just does. And you could get in that thing and you could get over 100 miles an hour on that curve in the car that I drive. You could do it. You could hang in there and just, I mean, it's just one of the moments, just you by yourself at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, and you're just getting it. But you know what? When you have great training, I'm not going to say great skills, great training, you need great responsibility. Shout out to Spider-Man. And so you're not supposed to do stuff like that in the world, but I could. But I didn't get a ticket doing anything because I didn't do anything I wasn't supposed to do. But wow, I mean, let's put Top Gun Danger Zone right into the danger zone. That's the one thing that I wanted to do at the race car school, which is across the street from the plant. Anybody can go. If you spend coin, you can get a honest to God race car driving license. You can get all sorts of different classes. You can do motorcycle, motocross, outdoors, going over logs and mountains and hills and sand and dirt, and you can really learn proficiency in that. You can get just to learn how to drive better. You can also learn the extremes of your car and how far you can push it. You can also get a honest to God race car license. Yeah. Can you tell how excited I am? Now, I have so many stories, some funny, somewhere I'm the winner, very few, and somewhere I showed up a little bit funny, a little bit sad, but I passed the class. That's the thing. I passed the class. But I can't tell all those here. We'd be talking for an hour. But you know what? I do have a platform that runs for an hour. It's not Chief Talk on Thursdays at 8:15 because Chief's talking. And so it's Chief Talk. Chief has to talk, and I will be talking the whole time. But there is Fridays. And this Friday, we are dedicating the Camacho Presents I Got the Smokes, Let's Ride. Episode 39, I believe it will be. And that is going to be dedicated to talking about my experiences and made great friends with one of the instructors. And he was they both have done tons and tons of different racing, but one of his racing pedigree experiences is he was actually in the NASCAR Truck Series. And we were talking about it, talking about cigars, and I see, ever got questions, blah, 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 hit me up on the Buy the Cigar Guy YouTube page. Don't watch the videos, they suck. But you leave me a comment, I'll comment back, because I do. And I said, he goes, what kind of content you got? And I said, well, I got videos, I got live shows, I got giveaway shows, I got podcasts, and I just started writing. He goes, you got podcasts? And I said, yeah, every Friday, about an hour long. He goes, you ever have guests on? And ping in my head, I'm like, not yet, but I can. Would you like to be on my podcast? He goes, yes, please. And I said, really? So he's about to get betrothed to the love of his life, his happily ever after. And so that's kind of busy. We don't need to be trying to do podcasts during that time. And then the holidays are coming. So we probably won't do this till the first of next year. But it is coming. And I think what we're going to do, if his schedule allows and he wants to do it, because he's got enough content for it, we may do a 4-week series. So we'll have 4 hours talking cigars, life, different racings. We'll get into some driver safety. We'll get into some offerings and experiences you can have at the Performance Center, the BMW Performance Center, right across the street from the Carmel. And you could find out how you could send your sweetie to go do one of those classes as well. Now, I plan for Christmas, don't tell the First Lady, don't tell my Gracie, to send them to the 1-day race car driving school. That will be their Christmas present, because I think they will just eat that up. They will. So, ugh, God, this cigar is so good. If this is a perfect shotgun, it's a perfect co-pilot right here. Speaking of co-pilots, my man Jose, he was my co-pilot. So they paired us up in different cars. We had 4 cars, the M4s. It was 4 different cars. Our car was blue, which I liked. It's car number 3. And I don't know what's going on with car number 3, because car number 3 we had little walkie-talkies in each car. And car number 3, all you heard all day long was, hey, car 3, you think you can slow down? Hey, car 3, you got a problem with that cone that you keep running over? Car 3. And it wasn't just me. After a while, I mean, and he's a shorter fella. I'm a bigger fella, right? He's tanned a little more than I am, and his accent's a little more exotic. But they called us twins because we both kept doing the same thing. So I think it was the car, right? I think it was the car. The brakes brake better. The gas pedaled more, because we would go into these exercises of different things. And we're supposed to get up to 70 miles an hour. Well, we're up to 85 miles an hour, which makes the exercise much, much more difficult. But we did it. But we were always over speed. And some of them cones, I think they actually put in their 2-week notice after us, because I whooped the fool out of some cones. I did. But what I want to talk to you about, God dang it, we're already 9 minutes in. It's so much fun. I had so much fun. I have dreamed about, you have a dream of, I got in that car, Mill, and I said, I want to go to SVO, which is where I am now. That's the pinnacle for people that do the job path that I do. You can't get no higher than that. And you get all that. And it's been more than I expected. And then I wanted to get on the high-speed racetrack. I wanted to go get it's called a B1 license. I wanted to get my B1 license. I've got it up here somewhere. Got my B1 license right there. Certificate of completion. You can see it. It's got my name on it right? I'm not going to show everybody else's signatures. So there's my receipts. And I wanted to go to the performance center and take that race car license test. And you hope it's fantastic. You hope it's phenomenal. And sometimes it lets you down. This time it did not. It was so much better. The only thing it was missing is I wanted to play Danger Zone in the radio when I was driving, but I was really focused on driving, and I said, I'm already pushing the limits by speeding too fast. I don't think they need to hear me pulling up blaring Danger Zone. They might be mad. I don't know, but I didn't want to find out because I didn't want to fail that test. So I want to tell you about one thing that was hilarious. The two things that I got hit on was where my hand placement was. You're supposed to put your hands at 3 and 9, which when they explained it to me, it makes a whole lot of sense. And I now am modifying how I drive to where my hands are at 3 and 9 at all time. And I'm doing all these things. And I'm setting my seat up the way it is and the height is supposed to be and all this. I'm really working hard on doing better. So hand placement was one, going too fast was another. But when I started off, Cigar's so good. When you start off, I came into it, I'm cheap. I've most of my life I've had busted cars, so I can't take off when the red light's fast because I'm afraid I'm number one going to run out of gas, my tires going to wear out faster, and my engine may shut down. Right. So I've always babied things. I've always been the smooth. I'll brake early. I'll everything else. Everything is as simple as possible. Well, here under a controlled environment with amazing machinery under you, that vehicle, you don't do that. You do just the opposite. You slam your foot into the gas, you pull up on the steering wheel and you push down on that brake till the brakes, you try to break the pedal. They actually said, try and break the brake pedal. They had to get on to me twice about it, right? Because I'm like slowly applying brakes. They said, no, that's not what we do here. So those were the things that I got jammed on. And all day long, they're like, send it to everybody. Just send it, which means get it, right? Go wide open. Stomp it, get it, turn fast, turn hard, quick reactions, last minute turns, all this other stuff. Well, we had lunch. We've been driving all day. We had a couple hours of class and then we went driving. We were driving all day on all these things. All the adrenaline's up. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. Went and had lunch. Amazing lunch cooked by a professional chef. Fantastic food. Tons of espresso coffee. Oh my God, I had so much espresso. Loved it. Oh, so good. Anyway, so then after lunch. Now, this was the only time when we got on the skid pad, which is basically a big oval, not oval, a circle. And they got big commercial sprinklers on it. They wetting that thing up so you can drift and you can skid and you can this and that. And so we are learning how to correct oversteer and understeer, because if we're driving a car on the racetrack and all of a sudden something on the high speed test track and something goes, then you need to be able to get out of that problem and save that car and save yourself. Right? I mean, we are getting up. This is we're testing newish cars which have not hit the production line, and something possibly could be awry, and we need to know how to deal with that. That's why we take these classes. It's very serious, to be honest. You got to be safe. You got to be responsible. You got to pay attention. It's not just a quick fun play around driving the track. So we had to learn how to oversteer and understeer. And you know what? I've had old pickup trucks rear wheel drive with drum brakes, and I've rooster tailed in my high school and young years. I kind of got that. The front drifting. I'm not from up north, the Mason-Dixon line. People I love to call Yankees, lovingly. Love y'all. Y'all. Excuse me. Y'all understand snow and ice, right? I'm South Carolina, Florida, North Carolina a little bit. I don't know ice very well. I know a little bit, but I know how to do a little bit of that glidey steer stuff. Never had a car could drift, so I didn't know much drifting. So I got on that track with my instructor. Backstory. there's a lead instructor and there's a basically there's two instructors, but one's basically taking the lead and the other one is support, but he's doing everything else. But the lead instructor was my instructor, my ride along. He's in the passenger seat. Not nervous at all. He's basically could say you don't get your license, and so now he's sitting in the seat with me, and he's been very busy during lunch. Had to do some stuff, so I was hungry. So the last 2 minutes of lunch, he choked down a big old double cheeseburger. And now he's going to get on the skid pad and spin around a lot. He's talking about my belly. Oh, my belly. I shouldn't have ate that fast. And so then he kind of picks who he wants to ride with. And I don't know if it's because he loves me. I hope it is, but maybe because he wanted to get me out of the way because I might be the worst one out of the group. I was the oldest, the only one that remembered cars with non-anti-lock brakes. It's a young man's game, and I'm an old man in a young man's game. So he said, Bob, let's go. First one out the gate. I couldn't watch nobody else screw up. I said, all right, boss, let's get it. Let's get it. I mean, we're in it. Let's live it. Let's live it. Let's go. Right? So we did. All day long. Send it, send it, send it, send it, send it. Now, he told me what to do. He's a great illustration. He goes, look, if you have roaches in your house, not saying that anybody's got a dirty house, but he's just using this as an illustration. If you have roaches in your house, when you see one roach, you kill it. You don't just let it walk away because it's one roach, because one roach will make 100 roaches, and then you have a roach infestation. Makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. I'm going to apply that to many, many things in my life. Deal with the problems when they start, not when they blow up. Don't let them ride for a while and then try and jump on them. It's much more work. And so what he wanted me to do, what he told me to do was just drive on the skid pad, get up to speed, snap the wheel real hard, lose traction in the front end of the car, and then let off the brake or let off the gas and just steer it straight. As soon as it breaks loose, as soon as it just starts. Well, in my head, all I'm hearing is, I want to go fast. I want to go. I'm the first one out there. I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. And so I'm like, I'm going to eat it. Let me get in this thing. And so I got in there and I snapped the wheel hard, going down into the turn, and I stayed in the gas, and my butt of the car got where the headlights used to be before I let off the gas. And by that time, we are now in a full donut moment. Did I tell you that he had lunch real fast and it was a double greasy cheeseburger? And he goes, all right, let out the gas. And I'm grabbing this thing like death grip on the steering wheel. He actually told me, he said, look, quit squeezing it so hard. They yelled at me about that all day long too. And so he basically said, put one hand on. I said, I'm put one hand on the steering wheel. He goes, yeah, put one hand on the steering wheel, which made it be easier. But he's telling me, let off the gas earlier. And for whatever reason, my brain did not hear anything but send it. Let's go. Boogity. So I got a hold of it. I did. He made me stop. He talked to me. He goes, look, dude, you're making it too hard for yourself. Just as soon as it snaps, and for whatever reason, it clicked in my head when he said that. Okay, so as soon as I feel it, he goes, right when you feel it, before it even really does it, right when you feel it, just let out. And I'm like, all right. And so then after that, I had no problems at all. And then he goes, I want to show you the quality of this vehicle. And we took the traction control off to do the skidding. And he goes, now put the traction control back on. He goes, no, drive. And I'll start driving at the speed that we were losing traction. And he goes, no, go faster. I almost tripled that speed. That car would not let go on wet track, on a slide, on it just, that car is amazing. But before I got to that point, I can say for lunch, my instructor got a double cheeseburger and 5 donuts. That is the event that I won. Even though nobody gave me a trophy, thank God, I was the donut king of the day. There were some people that got 4 donuts. There were some people that got a couple donuts. There were a couple people there's one guy that got stuck in the infield and had to get pulled out. But I was eating that joker. And then he got out and everybody else had to do the same thing. And then we went to the other end where we had to snap loose the rear end. I did much better on that because I kind of figured it out. So he didn't have that big of a problem with it. But I am the Donut King, and I am a professional race car driver. That's right. I can put that on my resume. And we are 20 minutes in, and I have a ton more hilarious and funny stories. I've got some winning stories. I do. I've got some slalom races I'm going to talk about. I've got some high speed stomp on it, get it stories. I've got some stories, and you're going to want to hear them because I'm going to want to tell them, and they are going to be a good time. So that's going to be this Friday on Camacho Presents I Got the Smokes. Let's Ride podcast with me, BTCG episode 39, if I'm not mistaken. So we will be the one that's dropping this Friday. So watch it and laugh. Get ready, have some popcorn. Go pee before you sit down because it's going to be fun. Grab you a good cigar, grab you something to smoke, something to drink, and just be ready to listen to me regale stories. I wish it was stories more like Days of Thunder or Ford versus Ferrari or whatever it was. It's a lot more Ricky Bobby because boy howdy, I did not spin around on the track yelling I'm on fire and take off all my clothes. But it was something. So if you have comments, if you want to know how to take that, if you want more information on how to take the race car license, go to the performance center, do this and that, reach out to me. I'll give you all the information. It's easy enough to find, and I will share it with you. So that's it. I'm gonna go. I've got the rest of the cigar to smoke because look, I only smoked this much. I smoke fast. I want to smoke fast, right? But I just talk so much. I'm so thankful to my instructors because when I left, I told them, I said, y'all made me a better driver because I learned some things that I can actually apply to my daily driving to keep me safer and to make me feel more confident. So it was a great day. It was a great day. It was a great day. Thanks for letting me share. If y'all are still here, you're awesome. You're awesome. You get the checkered flag. I'm going to go. I'll see you later. I love you. I do. Later, Tater.